You want to say hello? Hi. Hello. Okay, sweetheart. I love you too. But I have to do a reading. Okay. Off. Get off. Come on. Thank you. What's this, Shane? So what's going on with the third party? Okay. You may be the third party. Let's see what's going around your energy. Not all third parties are bad, by the way. Some can be. So I'm picking up today. This is for person in third party situation. The roles can be reversed. Please understand that. Okay, right off the bat, there's a terror moment based upon someone not being able to make a decision. And with these Seven of Rods, also known as Wands, here, of course, Seven of Wands also shows apprehension, but sort of trying to see things from a different point of view with this disappointment in love. And sometimes when you're the third party, you're only getting one half of your person. 2/8 now. Looks like you may even be thinking, yeah, this is not worth it. For what reasons? Because there's still things that you're learning here with the Hermit card, that especially over the Seven of Rods, it's not that you're going into solitude, but you're going to seek answers within. And that is a fantastic thing to think about, okay? We have a Queen of Cups upside down. So there may have been, and this is the disappointment over the Ace of Cups, there may have been a reason as to someone definitely being in their emotions about the disappointment in love. Okay? Sorry about that, but that is a little bit about, and I was just about to say what's going on with the Tower. And literally, you have the Three of Cups. And so you may have found out information or had an experience in a social situation, whether it's a celebratory, hanging out at a bar, going out, restaurant, multiple people, that you may realize that you're not the only third party, that in fact there's a fourth and fifth. Shall we check that? What came up? Well, the Ten of Rods, whether it's right side up or right side down, I believe it came upside down. Definitely this knowledge is going into your inner knowledge. You may see patterns that you may want to change, or that it's a pattern that you don't need to be in. This involves someone who has been your Knight of Swords is someone who, special reverse, takes action in what's the word I'm looking for? They're not steady. Okay, they're not like the Knight of Wands that rushes forward. The Knight of Swords, think of it, Gemini, and flighty, moving, quick. Libras, but Libras are more balanced, say, than Geminis. Blessings of Geminis, I'm sorry. But you've been dealing with a younger, or a male. Sorry, people. I've not had my coffee today yet. The morning part of the morning, interesting. Double take on that. Like when you mourn somebody, you're mourning the loss of this, loss of love. They don't give their heart so easily. But when you're entangled with them, this is what's interesting too, especially around Geminis. There's a money issue coming to play with this. But my point is, with the Knight of Swords, they're flighty and they're quick to take action. And when really very quick to take action, almost acts first and thinks later, which can be great in certain situations. One's reverse shows, the cat is also confirming, cat confirmation. Hey, kiddo, come on, my love. Yeah. Come on, sweetie. Thank you. It shows someone who not only takes those impulsive actions without thinking, they don't care if they hurt anybody. They're very self-serving. And that was really what I was looking for. And what is it with the money? Okay, so there's either a real big change or a cycle closing, whether whoever's been having negative financial issues, there's a whole brand new cycle opening up. So either you, them, they, the other partner is going to, whatever sort of stalemates they've had, their cycle has completed. Either their negative finance karma has been completed. So there's going to be something new very much going there. Tell us more about this tower and finding out that perhaps you're not the only third party. A lot of cards here. I love this. I love the design on this card. The Seven of Cups reversed. Somebody defining more what they want. The Lovers reversed. Bad choices. Chose lust or quick lust over something more substantial. You know, when the when the Lovers cards come up, and this is beautiful artwork here, it's about making a choice, and the choice is to decide whether do you want to go for a lustful relationship, or do you want to go for a relationship that garners growth? That, yes, it includes love and lust and that beautiful passionate energy, but it also switches up in that it is more of a heaven provided romance or partnership, in that the souls really connect with one another and respect one another's boundaries. So it's well. Speaking of boundaries, there's definitely someone that is with the cat jumping up a third time. I definitely feel this person has actually overstepped their boundaries. Okay, come on, one of you has. Here, kitty. There you. I know. I know. Thank you. You're so good. And you've trained me. Okay. Now, this may have been actually someone with a Six of Cups. So now we have how many sixes? We got two eights on top of one another, by the way. Okay. We've got 21s, 22s. The 19. So okay. The Four of Pentacles reversed. This is very interesting over the Six of Cups. So there's one scenario where one person, and remember, take what resonates, leave the rest. The Six of Cups may definitely show that there has been someone who has been sort of holding on to the past, or maybe even living in the past, about a romantic situation. And there has been now, and maybe this totally connects again to this financial change of around, you know, being able to start a new cycle. There is now a Four of Pentacles upside down. So instead of being miserly, there's more of a giving spirit in one's soul. Okay. Now, let's see what sort of decisions are trying to be made here. Well, you know what? Why not? Let's take the whole story. Okay. There may be a child or a message involved. Okay. That may sort of interrupt this sort of scene. I'm going to leave those for a second because of the way they came out. We have someone being extra bitter, but definitely in their feelings. There may have been a lustful sort of scenario, and someone being sort of a bad winner. I'm not necessarily saying group SE what, but there may have been sort of an experience where it did not go down well the way it's supposed to. But you definitely have somebody moving in to very, that's two, it's now three sixes, by the way, the Lovers, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Rods, all upside down. So it's 999. Okay. So that you're at literally at a catapult. One of you are in a catapult of just the prefaces of starting again, like getting to the tens where there's completion. Okay. Now, definitely as a result of this information, or this information that you're finding out, because when you can't make a decision, it's because you don't have enough information. Okay. Really understand that. You're like, God, I don't know if I should do this, I should do that. The best way to clear that up is if you're really feeling that you can't make a solid decision that you're comfortable in, you may be asking the wrong question. Number two, have you done everything you can to get the information you need to then make a sound solution that resonates with all parts of you, not just your gut, which is extremely important, but your emotional and your conscious, in all your parts. That your higher consciousness be like, brava, you made the right choice, young lady. So it definitely shows here that, and this is interesting. I almost want to put this with the Gemini over here, but it could be, just some man who just bounce, 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 almost like, a bit of ADHD. You have the temperance upside down. So there's definitely been things out of balance in the sense of not taking care of, let's say someone's got a job, but they're not taking care of like the dishes on the sink. So they haven't taken care of their home or their apartment. Listen, we can all relate to a pile of dishes on occasion, but I'm talking about where then there's a disproportionate amount of time being spent with, I'm just going to game away my afternoon after work, when it would have taken half an hour to do the dishes. So I'm using that as a gentle example, but in relation to relationships, that means that this person has been spreading themselves too thin, and as a result, there's emotional battles. So with this Queen of Swords coming up, somebody is definitely, this usually the Queen of Swords represents somebody who's been divorced or they're single, certainly an air sign, though she is the water carrier. So she really holds the emotions for all the air signs. And when she's reversed, she can it'd be sort of like trying to go to battle with a Capricorn. You just don't do it. They're gonna win. So she's one of these people that, holds back. She will always state her truth, but she can say things that are sharper than she's so sharp, quick witted herself, that when she's in the reverse position, she's sorry, but I'm telling you, no coffee this morning. She's bitter. Certainly, you can see that's where these battles have been happening, and as a result of I'm gonna just call him Mr. Gemini for now. So we definitely have a couple of parties here of people. So we have the water sign, right? We have a Queen of Cups reversed. So this is interesting. All three people that showed up reversed. So it's actually showing that whatever the scenario going right now, all three of you are not acting like yourselves, your loving selves. So that's something to think about. Okay, I know this is sort of a unusual request, but I want you to know that all three of you in this third party scenario are not being your best selves, and it's sort of been a sticky situation. Whether you're the person realizing your so-called significant other has been bouncing around to places that you didn't know about, and risk to health and all the other kind of stuff, and no wonder there's been financial money. So there's your source of loss of money. So, and and the tower is like it comes unexpectedly. You just weren't expecting it, but it definitely is going to make some person want to leave. Yeah, see, Page of Swords. Right, it's definitely going to make somebody want to leave, but they're going to share their truth. Now, who's going to share their truth? Six of Pentacles. Money talks, and another six, and it's the first six right side up. I'm getting a couple things. One is there's definitely going to be an exchange of money of sorts. It is it's just out of guilt. It says money being given out of guilt. Spirit. Oh. Okay. I clarified a couple things. I have a feeling, and with the Four of Swords, with this, really the Page of Swords is the spy. It can represent bad news or just truth, frankly, without tact. This may be will be losing their job possibly, because I see a emperor, a business leader, boss here with the Four of Swords that show it's time to rest, which means there may be somebody losing their job as a result of whatever, and so they get a small severance package. There may be maybe sixes in there, okay, or it's like 6 weeks worth of salary kind of thing. What's interesting is that it will catapult, and that is maybe the changing. Even though it looks like, oh my God, I'm losing a job. How's that going to be better than what I had before financially for me? It is going to, and remember, the World card is the end card. It's the top of the card. It's where brand new cycles start. So it will actually allow this person that's been having some financial problems, and if they lose the job, it's almost as if spirit's like, no, this is the way to go to make more. And it would be possibly where then you can start your own business, your own side gigs, doing something that's more aligned with your spirit, your heart. Okay, now let's see. Let's clarify who got into the fights here with this bitterness. What's going on there? Let's see. Okay. All right. So again, it's interesting. So this also could be, same sex. So now you have two knights coming in back to back. So friends, I'm feeling, are the reason that brought on this extra burden. So either in the social situation where information is coming to light, it may have come to light as a result of these gentlemen's hanging out. And so one sort of didn't keep their mouth shut. I'm not sure. But the Nine of Rods is a card of you're tired, you are weary. It's like the same old, and you just are trying so hard. So let's learn a little bit more about this World card. So definitely the World card, there may be an attitude of, and the Five of Coins is definitely that. You're like, oh my gosh, I only have 5 coins. Oh, but if you notice, there's more coins inside the church. The church, in this case, this is just symbology. Whether it's a mosque, whether it's a temple, it is warm inside that there is, in your faith, in your spirit guides, they will show you the generosity and loving care that all is taken care of. Okay. And so the 5 coins is sort of miserly, whereas the 4 coins is, I will just clutches the purse and doesn't do anything. I must save everything. This is more of things feel like they squander, very much like the 5 of Cups, where you got, people usually are staring at 3 broken cups, but there's 2 behind them. There's still love, but no, that one, so it's like having the correct, it's a time and a suggestion to change your tunnel vision from that there are resources out there that you can look into to improve your situation. 9 Pentacles. Okay. So there may be even a fear to worry about how am I going to make my money. And so that's really kind of coming in with 2 9. So again, this is about the third party. There may be somebody that might be losing their job. I'm just summing this up for you. There has definitely been, some arguments and energy fluttering, because while this may help, this little severance package may help, there are some deeper issues and final cycles so that a brand new cycle can start. But there needs to be some emotional review, okay, to make sure what are they, universe will provide, but you got to be very specific. It's not, I want to be, well, there's enough for all, and there's a way to, and with that, there's enough for all. The Ace of Pentacles, sorry, the Ace of Wands, there is enough for all. And that is when, once the process of understanding what transpired will bring around that beautiful, loving new beginning. Sometimes the Ace of Rods can represent new home, a new location, a new job, a new business, new contracts, new people, new relationships. So this third party reading really felt karmic, and that many lessons have been learned or in the process of being learned. And yes, there's still some truth and tidbits coming out. More will be revealed within 1 week. And I hope you're going to do well, because it definitely shows that new beginnings are coming right for you. And they want to bless you with them. Take care. Look forward to my next reading if you're wanting to look for the air signs. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue on with a few more different love readings for today. And then we also have the horoscope sign videos that are up. I'm sure there'll be link over here or here. Feel free to subscribe. I love you. And I thank you for visiting. And thank you so much for those that sent tips the other day. That was so kind. I have another channel called Heart and Soul Apothecary, and that's where we go live, and we can talk about all sorts of things over there. Okay, well, thank you so much. I love you. Take care. Bye.